Yeah, I still make these. Hello there everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes roster review, and first of all an apology, it has been a couple of weeks since I posted one of these. Long story short, life has just been a bit busy. Combine that with trying to do the Grand Arena videos I've been doing, please check them out if you haven't already seen them. I have been struggling to get these out, so I apologise for that, but we are here this time with Reshimme of Knights of Eternal Order. I also know him as Smurfin, so hello there Smurfin. Let's just show you what Smurfin's got. So let's bring this on screen. There we go. So 6.8.67 million GP. We've got 170 Zetas, 3 Omicrons, or at least according to my count. 88 total relics, again at my current count. 68 relic 5 pluses, 27 gear 12s, and 276 6-dot mods. Of those, 170 are 15 plus speeds, 43 are 20 plus speeds, and 8 are 25 plus speeds. As far as Galactic Legends go, we've got JMK, JML, Rey, and Supreme Leader Kylo. So let's have a close look at the account. Alright, so I'm half tempted to start doing a spin the wheel thing, but it's a bit too complicated to set it up right now. So you know what? I am going to start right at the bottom as I have been doing of late. We'll start with an aligned Force user. So what I'm seeing here, we've got Rey, we've got Supreme Leader, they're obviously the highlights, so we'll leave them for their respective factions. How's your cat looking? We've got 352 speed, so that's nice and solid. Yeah, I can't really say much more there, to be honest. I would say that looks pretty good. The health looks reasonable, so yeah, looking good. Alright, let's move along. Yep, I think that's about all I would want to point out. Yep, Visas is looking a bit squishy if you're going for Star Killer, but there is no Star Killer yet, so we haven't got to worry about that. Tuscan Raider, no love for Tuscan Raider. I was curious if you'd put something in there, just with the new Omicron, but I know the Omicron only came out yesterday, but yeah, just a little bit of curiosity on my part. Alright, so, Smugglers. We've got Dash at 3-star, Kira's 7. Alright, I was kind of expecting a bit more from Dash, I'll be honest. I thought you might have had him built already, so a little bit surprised on that one. You got Nest at gear 12, that's something. Alright, we'll move up. Your Sith Empire, how are they looking? So Relic 7, 7 and 5, you've got you've got gear 12 on HK and Sith Empire Trooper. Bit behind on Marauder. You haven't got Sith Eternal Emperor, so Marauder is one that'll probably be on your to-do list soon, I imagine. Not to mention we've now got Darth Melgus coming into the game, so Marauder and Assassin are probably going to become much more useful, at least as far as you're going to at least have multiple teams, potentially. So yeah, let's have a look at Revan. How fast have you got Revan? We're looking at 324, okay. And what about your Malak? Alright, 155k protection, 290 speed, not a lot of tenacity. That's just the way I like it. I'm going to say you've got a very high chunk of protection there. So what I would say, just as a little note of caution, how fast is your Bastila? 285, so Malak is still faster. Okay, that note of caution goes away. I actually thought Bastila might be in the 300, so that's why I started with that. In fact, I'm going to sort by speed just so I get a heads up on these things. So, yeah, you've got the turn order right, in my opinion. You've got the protection right, you're modded for tenacity, so I like it. Alright, let's move along. Let's go to your Sith. We're going to have recurring ones here. You got Treya. What have you put on Treya? You've got speed, okay. Got crit damage, health. Interesting build. Me personally, I like crit avoidance. Again, it feeds into the mastery. But maybe it's because I tend to take her into battles where I know she'll probably take a few hits. You know, I know Sion's the tank, but usually the teams that I go in against, they can ignore taunts or cleanse, so Sion doesn't always taunt. So I always think it's worthwhile putting something onto her, especially, like I say, Geos is the big one for me with AoE. But yeah, crit avoidance for me, I wouldn't sleep on it, especially when you look at that leadership. Sith allies have plus 40% crit avoidance, so when you think 35% from a 16 mod, that takes Traya herself up to 75% crit avoidance, and then anything on top with mastery via relics, yeah, that crit avoidance goes really high. So definitely worth looking into. But yeah, Vader, we'll just have a look while he's here. You've got crit avoidance, sorry, you've got crit damage, and you've got crit chance. Let's have a look at the actual stats. 260 speed, 222 crit damage, 86 potency, and 7190 damage. Okay, that looks okay. What are the actual primaries you've gone for? You've got double offense there. Sorry, I'll just skip that one a sec. Crit damage, speed, offense. Okay. We've got potency, speed. Ooh, a bit unlucky you couldn't get a bit of offense in the secondaries there. You've got speed, again a bit unlucky with the lack of offense. Potency is good, and the speed. You've got offense, speed, nice set for, well, nice mod that for Vader. And we've got speed, potency, again a little bit of a shame you couldn't get the flat offense, but still nice looking that. You've got some very nice stats there for Vader. So what I will say, I do tend to lean towards the potency set for the second set. You've got crit chance. Again, I don't see crit chance as an important thing for him now. Just for, I mean, granted, it's only boosting him a little bit when I look at it, so it's not the worst thing. But just as actual good practice goes, yeah, Merciless just increases crit chance by 50%. So you don't really need to put a mod set of crit chance on him. But what I would say, the mods that you've actually got, they are good. So it kind of makes sense putting them on there. So yeah, no complaints from me. Alright, so I'm going to leave Popper Palps alone and Sift Trooper, so let's move up a bit. We've got the Seppies. Okay, GPA, let's have a start there. Oh, hang on, I'm on the wrong screen. I was wondering why I wasn't clicking them. So 272 speed, we've got 93k protection, fair chunk of potency, interesting mix. We've got speed, we've got defense, we've got potency, and protection. That's an interesting build. I wouldn't say it's incorrect or anything. I think as far as mods go, Geos are probably the easiest to mod, as far as it's hard to go badly wrong because they share a lot anyway. I mean, Fort Mort's done videos on how to mod them, so, you know, I know they can be modded. But yeah, I've got to say, this is probably a good way of doing it, as far as you've got your tenacity, you've got your health. Defense is interesting because it can help GBA stay alive, but I wouldn't necessarily mod for it. I mean, you could argue that you've got the speed, protection, potency that helps, and the health. So the secondaries here are more important than the primary. Again, potency is interesting. Speed, protection. I don't know. Defense is just not one I would think of. There's nothing in any of the GBA's kit that really leans me into thinking, oh yeah, defense. Health is alright if you're going to use GBA as an isolated toon, so just bring him in as a tank essentially for the brute. But protection is a general thing you go for if he's leading the Geos. So yeah, defense primary there just kind of sticks out a bit, and arguably the potency. It's not that you don't want potency, because you have got a lot of things that could possibly do it. In fact, a little bit of crit chance doesn't hurt with the basic. But I don't know, I wouldn't personally mod for it. I'd probably just try and lace it in. So yeah, the primaries are probably just a little bit heavy in that regard. Alright, so B1, you've got Relic 6 B1, so this could be good. We've got 230 speed. Okay, we've got a lot of damage there. Okay, I was getting a little bit concerned, I'm not going to lie, but the damage makes up for my concern because I was looking at that potency. The potency is surprisingly important, just for the fact that in the GG team, you're obviously going to want to inflict target lock as often as you can. So the more potency that you land, the more turn meter that you're generating for the team. But equally, B1 is just such a great damage dealer because obviously it's going to damage all enemies. So yeah, I can. There are two ways of doing it. I would prefer to strike a balance myself. I'd rather get offense in there, but also get the potency to land the target lock. So in my opinion, it might be worth decreasing your damage a little bit if it means increasing your potency, because 72% is high. So probably all you would have to do. I mean, to be fair, that's a bad primary anyway, so you could actually afford to swap this mod out entirely because yeah, nothing really goes for you on that mod. But yeah, if you can get an offense mod with an offense primary, that's a challenge, or a potency primary, which is even better. I don't know why I said offense primary. So yeah, offense mod with potency primary with speed and offense secondaries, you've got a winner there because your offense would probably boost, your potency would go up, and yeah, you'd actually be in quite good territory. So yeah, that's the way I'd be looking at it. That's half decent speed there as well. The downside is it's a health mod, and yeah, B1 just does not benefit from health. You know, I mean, yeah, don't mod for health. The health set's a waste there. I mean, if you can get rid of it, I would. Yeah, you get nothing from that, so you can get rid of that one. And I would probably put that on someone else who would benefit from it. Yeah, there's got to be some toon out there who could benefit from offense and speed and health, probably Starkiller. So yeah, I know you haven't got Starkiller yet, but if it's on your plans one day, that's a toon. Alright, so just a little bit of tweaking for B1. I do love the damage. I'm not pooing on it or anything. It's just, I think to myself, you do need the potency. I think if I see low potency, I'd be thinking, all right, well, if I've got tenacity on my side, they're not going to generate turn meter. All right, so GG, golden goal 150, and you are over it. So nicely done. No crit damage though, so that's a bit of a bummer. You could do again the crit damage triangle here. That will be important as far as just making sure you're landing the big hits. But in general, you've got the health goal. Now it's just about getting the crit damage goal whilst not sacrificing the health goal, so that's another challenge in itself. Alright, we're going to move up a bit. Let's go to Scoundrels. Okay, so I'm going to save the bounty hunters for later. Let's just have a quick look at your Bo-Katan, because I do like Bo. 263 speed and 80% potency. I like that. I think that's probably one of the faster Bo-Katans I've seen. You know, on what I would consider a non top tier account, if that makes sense. You know, like someone who's wailed and gone crazy kind of thing. You know, because 263 for Bo is probably very fast. So yeah, I like that. Again, maybe I just haven't seen enough Bo-Katans, but to me that looks fast. All right, let's move up to your Rogue One. You got Cassian in K2 and Jin at Gear 12, so that'll help out Cassian's U-Wing. Sleeping on Biston and SRP might be worth giving them a bit of love. Saying that, Pow as well, Rebel Fighters. Rogue One could maybe do with a bit of love there. Okay, so let's focus on your Resistance. Okay, so let's have a look at your Rey. Okay, so we've got health mods. Ooh, that's a healthy Rey. 216, 524 speed, 100% tenacity, 9,000 damage. Yeah, that is pretty big. That's pretty good. How I'd look at that, it might be susceptible to a Sith Eternal Emperor, as far as she will stand up for a while, but as soon as the shocks start landing from when Caesar and ult, Rey will probably go down. So maybe it'd be worth going for an offense build with that in mind. But I've got one counter in my mind there. What you're doing right now, you're probably countering something else. So yeah, what I would say, give me an idea of how you're getting on in GA with her, because I'm assuming she's doing something for you, whether she's holding defense or using her on offense. But yeah, give me a shout out, because that is an interesting one. If you're getting countered by Cs, that could be the reason why. But if you're not, then yeah, again, maybe I just need to learn something. All right, let's have a look at your fin. 313. Okay, so it could be a little bit quicker. Yeah, just a little bit. About 330 is a good goal for fin. Let's see, you got 18 there, 15 there, 22 there, 16 there, and 11 there. So not shabby mods. I mean, that square's probably the slowest. So yeah, not shabby. Just needs that little kick up the bum. Just get it a little bit quicker. But yeah, I think that would be it as far as these tunes. I don't think I mean, I never go into any of these in any more detail, but yeah, good to see. All right, Rebels. Ooh, now that is interesting. Princess Leia is your fastest rebel. 284 speed. Okay, that is not promising for CLS. I mean, good for Leia. Leia doesn't usually get that much speed, but well done to Leia. CLS 267. Not a lot of tenacity either. Okay, could do with a bit of work. You've got the offense primary, crit damage triangle, speed primary. Let's go to your Chewie. Chewie's got offense, crit damage, speed. Okay. I know sometimes I do just look at primaries, but I think sometimes the primaries tell the story a bit clearer. Alright, so again, I'm just looking here. Offense, protection, crit damage, speed. Okay, so I'm looking at this and I'm thinking gas could probably take this on because you've not got a lot of tenacity in there. Your Chewbacca and your Han, they are obviously ready for... Well, you've got JML, haven't you? Yeah, you got JML. It was C and Vader you haven't got. So, yeah. You've obviously got, you know, the tunes up to the required level, but the modding just needs tweaking some more. I mean, for me, tenacity is important. You want tenacity primaries on Luke. You want the primary there. Try and get a bit more speed and offense as well, because the speed and offense is just what makes this team... Well, I wouldn't say speed is as important as offense. There's a lot of turn meter generation via tenacity, so let's just bring it up. It binds all things. Whenever Luke resists a detrimental effect, he recovers 5% health and protection, and whenever Luke inflicts a debuff, he gains 10% turn meter. Other allies gain half that amount, so... Okay, not tenacity, potency. Leader, this is the one, I believe. Yeah, whenever an enemy resists a detrimental effect, rebel allies gain 5% turn meter. So again, that isn't tenacity. Alright, I'm confusing my abilities somewhere. I could have sworn that they gain turn meter based on resisting debuffs. Am I missing something? Oh no, that's it. It's what... hang on. No, I am wrong. Whenever an enemy resists a detrimental effect, rebel allies gain 5% turn meter. So maybe that is it. I'm just thinking about, like, say if I'm taking on a Darth Revan, my team would get faster because Revan would resist the debuffs, i.e. he can't take the debuff, so he would resist them. That's how I'd assume anyway, but maybe I'm mistaken. Anyway, the bottom line is there's a lot of TM generation in the CLS team, so you do need good starting speed, but you don't need it lightning fast. I mean, people say 300 for CLS. I'd say about 280 is fine. So, yeah, you're a little shy of the goal, but I think to myself, you could do with more tenacity. You need not 100%, but you probably need close to it, maybe 75 to 100. The more tenacity you can put on CLS, it means that you need less on these two. So, Chewbacca, tenacity primary needed as well. Again, you want to get Chewbacca as close to 100 as you can get. Probably 75 would be fine. The reason being, when 3PO and Chewie steal statistics, here we go. He takes 40% of the leaders and gives half of that to rebel allies. So, supposing your CLS has got 80% tenacity, he'll take 40% of that, so that is 24% if I'm, or 32% even, and then he'll give half of that, so that's 16, so 16 to his allies. So you would need 84% on Chewie. So that's the way you need to work it out, essentially. Whatever you've got on CLS, you need to calculate how much 3PO and Chewie will give to his allies, and then make sure Chewbacca is at least 100 based off of that. And ideally, you could do with making sure that 3PO and Chewie has tenacity as well, because if these two keep taking turns when other Rebel allies attack, then yeah, you're going to get a lot of damage coming out of the team. So you got a mod for tenacity. Tenacity on offense. Alright, so I feel like I've spoken enough there. Kara's getting a little bit of love, I can see. I think that would be it, though. Alright, so we're going to move on. I want to make sure I just try and keep this as brief as I can, because I recognise I've been a little bit behind. So I want to make sure I do cover everything, but I want to make sure I don't dwell too much. So, yeah, let's have a look at Jolie. I'm looking at this at the wrong time. I usually look at Jedi, but we'll look now. Okay, so I say it every time. Tenacity for Jolie. Try and flood him with some tenacity. It equals crit avoidance. Crit avoidance means he's not going to die as easily. So how I look at it, let me just bring crit avoidance up. Reduces the chance of receiving a critical hit from physical damaging sources, and it's the same down here for the special damage. So when you think about it, the more crit avoidance you've got, it means the less damage they're going to actually take from the health pool. So I view it as, put more crit avoidance on, it means that health pool, even if there is less in it because you're modding for crit avoidance instead, or tenacity and crit avoidance instead of health, it means you're going to be losing less health. So that is my logic. It's a hill I'm dying on. I feel like I'm dying on it. Alright, up we go, Night Sisters. Okay, we got nice big sisters. We got Relic 6 Spirit, and she's fast. How fast? 255. That's pretty quick. Got potency as well, so nice little mix there. You're probably going to land that stun there more often than not. How are the rest looking? Zombie. Zombie looks pretty quick if she's 250. That's respectable. You know, I really do need to build Night Sisters to be nasty one day. I mean, really nasty. I'll have to give them some love, because Zombie could be a real nasty piece if you build her right. Sorry, I was getting wistful then. Oh god, this game never stops. Okay, 245 speed, 130 potency. That's very nice potency on Talzin. Okay, and what's Dat Cat? We've got 159k health, very nice. 230 speed. And no crit avoidance. Okay, so this is something I'm thinking about on my accounts right now. That I would like crit avoidance arrows again on Daka, and I'd like tenacity on a cross. And the reason for tenacity on the cross is simply because I've got, as much as anything, stuff like Secrets and Shadows in mind. Because you think to yourself, yes, you will lose health if you mod for those two things in primaries. However, you think if she is avoiding debuffs, then it means she's more likely to survive a battle, because she won't be getting healing immunity, she won't be getting stunned or dazed. So there's a bit of me that does like the idea of going for a tenacity build. Or at least putting tenacity on the cross. Tenacity build's going overboard. But just making sure that she is pretty healthy. I mean, I'm using Secrets and Shadows as one thing in my mind, because that's been in the game today. But just in general, I think, again, there's a bit of an understatement sometimes about how important crit avoidance can be. So as a mod goes, don't sleep on it. Alright, so let's back out of Daka. Asajj, don't really care about you, Duck. Sorry about that. Mandalorians. Alright, again, not a lot to see here. Beskar could do with a bit of work, but yeah, I'm not one to talk. Jedi. Okay, we've got a couple to look at here. Relegate JMK. 350 speed. Could be a little bit quicker if we're being honest. I think 360, 370 is a good target. Damage is good. Okay. Okay, some good stats there. Yeah, can't really complain. That looks good. JML. What have we got here? You've gone for health mods. We got speed, protection, protection, protection. Okay, interesting. Quite rare nowadays I see builds where the health is that much higher than protection. So, yeah, I was expecting high protection because of the Relic 9. But, yeah, that still feels a bit weird. Maybe I'm just imagining my numbers wrong. Just give me one moment. Yeah, I'll take that back. I did just have a quick look, and the one on the big account I've got right now, it has got less health, but it's got more speed. So yeah, I think that maybe it was just me being a bit confused. So apologies for that. But I'm looking at it and I'm thinking you probably could do with more speed, just in general. I mean, I'm thinking about my own JML on my main account here, and I've got a fair chunk of speed on there, but obviously it's Relic 7, so less protection. But I recognise the idea of modding for protection because you're going to get the true damage from the leadership, so I do get that. You know, you want more damage from true damage. It's understandable. But yeah, I just think to myself, you don't want to drop the speed too low, because I think 507 it just feels a little out. I mean, the trouble is as well, you've got all these mods maxed, so you've bled every bit of speed you go and get out of them. It's like that one there. I look and I think for a Galactic Legend, really, you need a 25 there, not a 15. Again, maybe I'm being overcritical, but again, I'm thinking 25 again. You know, I know I'm sounding like a mod snob, but I'm looking and thinking these characters deserve your best mods. And you've rolled these, you know, so I get that. But I'm looking and thinking, it's one of those situations where you think, if these are the best mods you've got for this character, i.e. you could put something faster but it would have worse stats for JML, I get it. But at that point I'd be thinking, right, I actually need to roll more of these mods. I need to get more health mods or more whatever mods and try and get the stats I need, because I don't know if you're doing that, I'll be honest, for all I know you are doing that. But I look at it and I think, yeah, you do need better speeds at this point, at least for these characters, because again, it's where it becomes an important case of fine-tuning. Yeah, I feel like I'm going on a bit here, and I apologise for that, but I'm just looking at that speed, and it just feels a little too low. Again, you might be getting on fine with it. I'm not going to criticise if that's the case, obviously, because if you're getting on fine, that's the important thing. But yeah, it's just one thing I'm looking at, and I'm thinking, can you improve your gameplay with it? Alright, so moving on, let's have a look at gas. 119k protection, nearly 9,000 damage, so that looks a pretty good build for gas. So yeah, it's an offense build, but you've made sure you've loaded up protection as well, so it's a nice balance, that I'd say. So yeah, that looks good to me. Look at next, let's go for your General Kenobi. Okay, so assuming you're using General Kenobi under JMK, your protection is probably a little too high there. Me personally, I'd be going for health, because you get all the protection up from JMK's lead. But yeah, in general, they're only a little bit apart, so you could argue it's okay, but again, personally, I would be going for health over protection. How fast is Shaq? 287. Okay, it's a little bit slow. 300 is probably pretty easy for Shaq, but 287 is not bad. JKR 315. Okay, that's good. I've just realised, I forgot to turn the speed thing back on. That's a bit better. Let's see. Qui-Gon, how have you got him looking? 273 speed. Bit of damage. I've said this in a few before, I would mod purely for offense, so I'd go offense primary, flood all the offense secondaries as much as you can. Same here, I wouldn't go crit damage, I'd just go offense. Simple reason being, flood all of your stats with as much offense as you can, and the speed if you want. But yeah, when you think about it, when Qui-Gon's defeated, they all recover health and protection, they gain 400% of Qui-Gon's offense for 2 turns. So it's an argument to take him to high relics as well, because the more offense he's got, the more offense your allies are going to get as well. So yeah, one to consider for sure. So yeah, I think that might be it for these. I mean, JKL, let's just have a quick check at your damage. 11k could be a little higher, and I mean a little. I'm looking at maybe 12k, 12 to 13k, but yeah, that's nitpicking. 11k is passable by any means. Alright, Jawas, anything here? Not yet. Okay, we're moving on. Let's go to Inquisitors. Not expecting anything there. I think I saw them before. Don't know why I clicked on it. Moving on. Imperial Troopers. Again, not a lot going on here. Could do with building them. I'm one to talk. I need to build mine as well. On my main anyway. But yeah, could do with a bit of love over here. Alright, let's go up to Geos. Yeah. Pretty much what we've seen already, so we can move up again. Galactic Republic. We've seen Kenobi, we've seen Ahsoka. I'll leave the clones till later, so the only one I probably won't look at here is Padme. 90k health, 280 speed. For me, that's pretty solid. She'll do okay in the JMK team. She's got speed as well, which will help her, so yeah, I like the build. Okay, we're going up to First Order. Let's have a look at your SLKR. What have we got here? We've got 516 speed. We've got a bit of crit damage. 13,000 offense. I like it. That's a nice mix, that. I think you've done what I did as well. Yeah, you've gone for a crit damage triangle despite the offense set. So, yeah, I can't complain. You're doing exactly what I do. So, yeah, nicely done. How about your hooks? How's that looking? We've got speed there. 254 speed, okay, teeny weeny bit slow your hooks, but yeah, I think this is the trouble when you get many more tunes. You've got to make sure they're all pretty fast. So yeah, I respect the issue there. You want to make sure that certain tunes are fast and other tunes do get neglected in the process. So I will say you could do being a bit quicker. We're looking at maybe 280 there, maybe 280 plus hopefully, but 254, yeah, it'll do. How's your Kylo Ren on mass modded? We've got 86k health. How's your armor? 62. Alright, that could do a bumping up a little bit. You could do a getting closer to 72. Reason being, again, armor, a bit like crit avoidance, armor just reduces the amount of damage you're taking. So he doesn't need speed primaries. We can go for health or defense. In fact, I would flood these with health and defense primaries. So the arrow and the cross can have defense, so I'd put defense on both of those. He certainly doesn't need an offense primary. And yeah, the circle and the triangle can have health, so put health there. So yeah, that'd be the way I'd be doing that. Just make crew and First Order Stormtrooper as health and defense modded as you can make them, because then they're just going to last a lot longer in battle. I mean, granted, you're taking full First Order against JMK, they will get slaughtered, so it doesn't matter what mod you take in then. But if there's a matchup that's close, such as mirror matches, having well-modded tanks can at least stall the battle for your opponent. So one thing to keep in mind. Okay, Ewoks. Okay, no Ewoks here. Alright, not a lot else I can add there. A little bit disappointed. I could have sworn you got Ewoks on one of your accounts. Vader. Let's have a look at Vader. Oh no, we've had a look at Vader. What am I talking about? Let's go to Thrawn instead. Sorry, I'm recording this at 11 o'clock at night. I think my coffee has just worn off. 289 speed, that's alright. I mean, 300 was the goal way back when. I think the goal's gone down now to about 280, so 289 is definitely in the parameters. I think there's an argument that maybe Thrawn with Lord Vader needs to be faster, but without Lord Vader, 289 is more than fine. Okay, let's move up. We've got droids. I think we've looked at a lot of these anyway, so I don't think I need to look at this. Yeah, all this lot's been looked at, so let's move up. We'll skip the clones because we're going to come on to them in the final two factions. So we've got the bounty hunters. We've got Django. 279, that's pretty good. So it'd be 309 effective with his lead. And 7,996 damage. That's alright. You got the crit chance as well from the mods. Okay, quite interesting. And so we've got speed, we've got crit damage, we've got potency. Probably don't need potency. You could probably go for an offense primary there. I wouldn't say any of those are ideal anyway. You'd probably want speed, offense, health. So you've got speed and health at least there. Again, protection, health primaries are better. Speed and health, offense. Yeah, they're pretty much the three things Django wants. Speed, offense, health. Potency is probably a luxury. Because, yeah, if I'm right, he gets potency from the lead. Oh, sorry, he decreases enemy potency, that was it. So, yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about potency. It's nice, like I said, as a bonus, but I wouldn't mod for it. Okay, so is Bosky Boy next? Yeah, let's have a look at him. Let's see, we've got 273 speed, 141% tenacity. Yeah, so interesting setup again. I'm thinking Relic 5, that's actually a lot of tenacity. Maybe you could spare a bit of it for protection. I'm assuming based on these stats that you use Bosk lead, because if you use Bosk under Django, then you're better modding for health. But yeah, with the protection, that's all right. In fact, I think the relic levels, if you bump them up, the protection would naturally jump up, so that's an incentive if you wanted to do that. Speed, protection, tenacity, yeah, I can't argue with any of them. They all look pretty fine. So, yeah, I'm just thinking you could probably bump the numbers up, get better numbers with relics, so you should be good. But yeah, one I will look at is Grief. He's only gear 12, but let's see where he is currently. 236, okay, that's a little bit slow. You could do with bumping it quite a bit. I mean, assume we get another 20 from the right-hand side gear 12 pieces, that take him up to 256, so I'm looking at that and thinking you could do with adding another 20 to 30 speed at least, just to catch up to Bosk, I think. What was Bosk at again? I've only just looked at him and I forgot. I do have a memory like a Sith, I do tell everyone. 273, so yeah, you could do with getting him a bit quicker. Yeah, 273. So that'd be 256, so you could do with adding about... sorry, my maths at this time are terrible. I'd say about 15, 25 speed, there. Essentially want Grief just behind Bosk. Preferably one speed behind, but yeah, just behind. Alright, so that's the Bounty Hunters. We're going to have a look at the Bad Batch. Nothing there. And we'll finish off with the 501st. Okay, so you've actually got your speeds right, I think. Let's have a look. You've got 302 on arc. A little bit low on the damage, maybe, but still, I'd say that's alright. What's your gas? I mean, I looked at your gas earlier, but I didn't check speed. 286. So what is Rex at? 285. Okay, yeah, that is weird. I would have... I think Rex needs to be a little bit quicker. The turn order should be, and I'll admit I've not achieved this myself yet, you would ideally want Arc Rex, then I'm assuming from there Sky Guy goes, Fives probably jumps in at some point then, and Echo. So yeah, the turn order to me looks a little out there. You could roll that. You could roll that. And that. So you've got potential speed in Rex, that's good. Yeah, it's only that diamond I wouldn't really roll. So I would try that. I'd try and just bump up his speed a little bit, because you probably got it right actually, that 302 on arc, because arc does make the CLS counter harder, but equally I'm thinking you could do having Rex just ahead of gas. So yeah, just to try and roll his mods, that would help you out, I think. How about Fives? What's you looking like? Yeah, that looks good. You've got, between the two stats, you've got about 183k health and protection, so yeah, that looks very good. So yeah, I can't really add much more there. Very good Fives build. So yeah, that is the actual toons. Quick look at ships. So I could work out you haven't got your executor based on the bounty hunters. Finalizer only 5-star. Okay, I'm a bit surprised at that one. A bit surprised as well at Malevolence only being 6-star. 6.8 million GP account. I'm one to talk, I recognise. I haven't got Radus, Finalizer or Malevolence, and I'm only 6 million. But yeah, I'm a little surprised. I'd have thought Finalizer would have been a bit further ahead, and I'd have thought Malevolence would have been 7-star by now. This is just based on the little tidbits I've picked up when I've been seeing your posts on Discord and whatnot. So I'm a little bit surprised there. But yeah, maybe that's just a case of you've got a bit of catching up to do, essentially. So fingers crossed your guild can help you get Malevolence done soon, because yeah, that'll really help you in GA. Finalizer as well will be a big help. I mean, just go first order a second. Yeah, you've got your echelon at 3 stars, so you can at least start farming it on the fleet node now. How about your resistance? You've got 2 stars, so you've got the bomber unlocked as well there. So you've got some things going for you there. Your Seppies, are they all looking good for ships? Ooh, your Vulture and Hyena are low. Ooh, okay, you need to work on them soon. I mean, 6-star Malevolence is being wasted with just these 3. So, yeah, you could do again some work into Vulture and Hyena. But yeah, I saw as well you hadn't got SRP and Biston, so your Rebels could probably do with touching up a little. Either that, or if you don't want to give them 2 gear, you could do with working on Outrider when it's farmable. The Rebels are just going to be such a good faction down. Well, I think they're always going to be a good faction, so yeah, you could do again a bit of love and attention. But yeah, your Galactic Ripple looks fine. I don't think you need to do anything there. Oh, saying that you could do with building your bomber up. That might be an excuse to farm your Bad Batch. So yeah, a few things you need to work on, sadly, with ships. I thought you were a lot closer than you do appear to be, which is a bit of a shame, but you've got, it looks like you're working on ships. I'm guessing Executor is a focus right now, just based on the fact that Boba's got Relic 7. So, again, maybe I'm jumping the gun, but that would be my assumption that, yeah, you've got Cad, well, Cad was JMK, but you've got Boba at Relic 7. We're saying that IG's 11, so maybe you're working on it. I don't know. I'm flip-flopping here. Empire, you've got 7 there, you've got no Piet Pro. Oh, hang on, your 6-star gear 10 on Piet. So, yeah, maybe Executor is your current farm. So if that's the case, that explains why maybe the likes of C haven't had a lot of progress, like your Marauder, why your Bad Batch haven't had progress for a Lord Vader farm. So, yeah, I'm going to put my money on Executor being the current focus. That's certainly worthwhile. I would say, though, once you've done that, just try and round off a few of those ships, because, especially in Malevolence, it will suffer if you haven't got a good fleet with it. Again, there's maybe a few mod tweaks I'd do. Like I say, I did reference them each time, but I don't think there was anything that was, like, badly wrong. It was just maybe you need to tweak something to make it better. I mean, again, when you get into 7 million, 8 million, you get into what I'd consider the big boy leagues. And yeah, I mean, I'm saying that myself again. I'm 6 mil, so I'm thinking I need to sharpen up myself. It's why right now I'm not farming a GL, I'm farming toons. I'm trying to make sure the bottom end of my roster is thicker. So yeah, I'm hoping that minus the GLs, I'm a bit closer to where you are right now. So yeah, I don't think I'll get there, but you're certainly in a lot better shape than I am, as far as just being about 800k GP ahead of me. So congratulations on that. So yeah, I think that is all I've got to say, to be honest. I've been talking 40 odd minutes. I think that is actually a nice runtime for this, so I'm going to leave it there, folks. My thoughts are that during the week there isn't a GAC, I will try and record a few of these back to back. And I'm not certain what I'm going to do as far as releasing them. I don't know if I'll release them all in one go, or if I'm going to stagger them out during the GA weeks. That way there won't be a week where I miss one. But yeah, if you don't see them all back to back, you know what I'm doing. So keep an eye out for that, everyone. Other than that, thank you for listening, folks. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you got any thoughts for myself or for Reshimme or Smurfing, whatever you prefer to be called, leave them in the comments and I will at least acknowledge them. Hopefully Smurfing or Reshimme can acknowledge them as well. Alright, folks, I will see you soon. Bye-bye for now.